There are a lot of bad sales leaders out there. I said it. I know it was blunt, but come on, you've heard me on this show before, right? Look, I don't think that's because there are a lot of bad people in sales leadership roles. I just think it's a really tough role. I think it's the toughest in any organization. And I think a lot of people, when faced with that kind of adversity, forget their fundamentals. Now, I think that if you're a leader, you should be thinking of your team as your new customers. And if you thought of treating your team the way you would treat your best customers, you'd probably treat them a little differently, would you? And if that sounds like you, then change the way you interact with your team. You need them to trust you, which means that you can't be in a territory right next to them fighting over commission dollars. It means that you have to be remarkably consistent in your behavior because you are only going to get their best when you show them that you are going to be consistent in your actions, when they can anticipate how you're going to react, when they can anticipate what they need to give you. Right? It makes everything go much smoother, not just from a logistical standpoint, but imagine having the influence of having influence on them when you're not around them because they know how you would act. Picture, and maybe some of you are just too young for this, but picture Jiminy Cricket sitting on your rep's shoulder. Does that Jiminy Cricket sound like you? Or are they constantly fighting what they anticipate your reaction is going to be? And does that cause issues while they're out there trying to execute in the field? And the best leaders that I've ever worked with, they have a very high degree of transparency with their team. They're willing to open up the curtain, so to speak, and let their reps see what's going on. Because the more information a rep, particularly top performing reps, the more information they have about the company's motives, about their leaders' motives, the more able they are to integrate everybody's best interests into their own activities. I always tried to do that as a rep. I always wanted to make sure that the way I was acting was in line with my company's motives, right? I wanted to make sure that all of our best interests were aligned. I was rarely ever surprised, and it also helped me do a few more kind of off-the-menu offerings for some of my customers in the field because I had a pretty good idea whether or not this crazy idea was going to fly, and I could run it up the chain and really make great things happen. If you want a team of top performers, or even just a team with a couple of top performers on it, you need to start acting this way as a leader. And if you are listening to this and you don't have a leader like that, I want you to know that they're out there. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Help your leader be what you need him or her to be, or go find an organization where they already have one.